Yeah. What's up, guys? It's Bad Dimes.
And it's Kill the Buzz in the building.
So, we are live in the studio for the making of Dirty Drums. So we're gonna show you guys how we made this collab together. So we're now in the studio with Kill the Buzz again. So
Yes.
we just arrived from the airport.
I just returned from Croatia Ultra. So for everybody who came to Ultra there, was glad to guys see you over there, and it was an amazing time.
Nice. So we're live now both on the Reviewed Facebook and Instagram. So guys, we're gonna show you how we did this track. So first of all, I think it's good to explain how we started this collab.
Yeah. The start of the collab, well, basically it was really simple. I went to Cloud9, the publisher where I'm signed to, and they asked me like, yo, which artist do you really want to collaborate with? But the first artist that came in mind was Bad Dimes, and so my publisher mailed like his manager, and then we just set it up really quick. We switched out some ideas, and in the end we came up with the Dirty Drums.
Yeah, exactly. So he sent me the email, and then we started this collaboration. And he asked me, so let's make something different, and let's do something with
Latin drums, groovy.
drums. So and then we made Dirty Drums, and the name, just say it all, because it is very dirty with a lot of drums.
Yes.
So so first of all, he made like the first beginning of the project on Logic. He works in Logic, I work in Fruity Loops. So at that moment we decided to work further on my laptop on Fruity Loops. Yeah, and then we made Dirty Drums, just easy as that. So so we're gonna now show you the project, guys. So we're gonna turn on the phone.
Zal ik vast even?
Okay. So this is a project of Dirty Drums. So as you can see, it's a lot of messy stuff, samples, and a lot of things in the mixer. So so we're gonna start with the drop. So first of all, my CPU is tripping, but anyway, let's go to the drop. So the build up is easy, just a simple build up.
We make the bass drop rough.
So the first part of the drop, so we had like a couple of versions of the first drop, I think. And then we decided to make it just tribal. So we had first some synths and some melodies, and
We wanted to combine too much stuff in it. Firstly, we wanted to combine like a lot of drums, which is the base idea of Dirty Drums, and then we wanted to add a lot of like synths, whatever. We tried every kind of synthesizer, Serum, Silent, Nexus, and then we even tried sample synths. But in the end, we just kept it to the tribal sound.
so, and that's why we just decided to only use percussion. So if I gotta look to the drop, so this is like the percussion part. It's like this. It's just easy. It's like a top kick, and so I'm gonna put out a top kick. So like, so it's like, yeah, 2 hits in the beginning. So if we're gonna put the hits off, it's like this. The sounds are very easy. So if you're gonna look at the sounds, it's like. So it's, yeah, the percussions.
Yep.
It's not that much on the drop. And this is, I think this is a layer. And another sound.
Yeah. So basically, it's all like Latin percussion stuff, which we use for this track.
so it's not a lot of difficult stuff in here. So the bass line, I bounced it as an audio file. So this is a bass line that I made in another project, and I bounced it, so it sounds like this. I think you guys can't hear it, but as you can see, it's a lot of bass. And then we use some hits like this to fill it up. Then we have some percussion on it, some loops, and we have some vocals on it. And together it sounds like this. So the funny thing about this part, so we had the first drop and we thought, so maybe we can put a lot more energy to build up the drop. So, and Kilderbells told me, so maybe we can do something with a low bass kick, heavy kick, and in the Dutch language we call it some bubbling snares. So we did something very funny with the acapella. So the vocal, like, oh, it's the wrong, this one, you can hear it. Oh, again,
It's the other one.
We make the bass drop rough.
so you can hear we make the bass drop rough, and then we pitched it up, and it sounds like this. So it's very easy. So just we did like the first part of the vocal, we set it as a loop, and then we pitched it up, and that's it.
The thing why we did it, it gives a lot of more energy while hitting the groove. So you have the same groove, but then the energy just keeps on building up, which in my opinion in the club works like just like perfectly.
Exactly. So a lot more energy. So and then we have the snares over here. So I'll put this up. This is only the with the percussion. So together it's the second part. So and then we had the drop, but we had no break. So we had a little bit of discussion. So we make a break with melodies or something else.
Really progressive, or keep it clean, or...
and then we decided just keep it on the drums.
Yeah, just keep it drums.
So the break is just drums again. So we were searching for some Brazilian drum kits and everything, and then we saw something online that was used by a brass band, something kind of. So then we layered some drums together, and we made like different grooves, and we just slice it and copy and paste, and then we searching for the groove, and we did something with the toms over here, and it sounds like this. So So just this is the break. So just two layers of the drums. Then we had some hits and some toms. On top of that, some extra
whistleblowers.
Whistleblowers. It sounds funny if you play it like this. So to give it a little more groove. And then another build up.
We make the bass drop rough. 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 We make the bass drop rough.
So the second drop is almost the same. The only difference is we added a ride to give it more, some energy and
give it something extra.
And some white noise, and it's exactly the same as the first drop. So that's Dirty Drums. So yeah, I think it's not that.
There's not a lot of like for this track. There's not a lot of things to like explain about how we did certain sounds or whatever, because we really wanted to stick it with the drums, and
exactly
that's what we did,
exactly.
and it came out good.
So let's turn on the screen. So maybe answer some questions. So let's put on our phones over here.
So what kind of questions do you guys have for us regarding the track or whatever you guys want to know?
There's a lot of questions, I think. Mastering about this track. Yeah, we did not a lot about mastering this track. It was a very clean track because it's a lot of percussion. So the only important thing about this track in mix it is to cut off the low ends of the percussion. So your bass and your low is the most important thing in the track. So.
And a good tip, just you know, if you're using panning in your tracks as well, just make sure it's just minimal, max at 10% or 10% on the right side, just to get your drums and tracks or claps and hi-hats not in the same room as the other stuff. For this track we did the same thing, and in the end just a little bit of EQing, maybe a little of multiband compression, and that's it.
Exactly. So about the track. So this track is 50-50. We did it like it's.
Yeah.
We had a lot of inspiration about this track. We didn't thought about like how difficult the synths must be or how difficult the melodies. It was about being creative and
getting the vibe right of the idea that we had,
and doing something different and something new, and
And in case you guys wondering, we have been making this track in this studio.
We made this track in this studio. So
together, it isn't made by. Normally, what a lot of us do is like we email each other and just bounce stuff to one another. But this time we sat here and collaborate, like I think for 5 days.
Exactly, I think more for 5 days. So funny thing about me and Kiribati, we live like
30 minutes away.
30 minutes away. So it was easy to get in the studio all the time together. And
yes,
that's it, man.
How did we make that bass in the drop? I think that's
so. It's two different kinds of basses. The first bass in the first drop is like the same sub as that I used in my firmer tracks, like that Go Now Low, but in another key. And the second bass in the track is a heavy sub. I think you choose it.
I think it's from Serum, I guess.
It's from Serum, so just easy as that. So. Ivanovsky is watching.
What's up, Ivanovsky?
Ivanovsky also in the building again. So guys, if you have questions, what kind of plugin do you use?
Silent of Nexus.
Wesley Verstegen. We
both?
use. This is his name. We don't use. I don't use Silent anymore. I think you do.
No, I use Silent sometimes, but most of the times not Nexus. I stepped off of Nexus a little bit. I think it's more Serum these days.
I think Serum is
Inspire.
Inspires the thing at this moment. What kind of hair wax do you use, guys? I use Turkish wax from Turkey. Best quality. Turkije had nummer 1.
Turkije had de nummer 1. Use kick or short or long? Well, the top kick is always short.
Short, it's very short, the top kick.
And the
Very
sub kicks are
short.
always long.
Yeah.
So you get that nasty low bass end.
Exactly.
What did they say above here? Do you use anything on your master channel?
We are both kind of different producers, but for me in Fruity Loops I use only the Fab Filter Pro L on the master channel for my limiting, and just keep the volumes right in the mixing.
For me, it's I don't use anything on my master except for when I want to test the track. Then I put a compressor on it, and then a multiband compressor from the Waves. That's it.
For waves.
Wie was jullie voorbeeld vroeger? So the question in Dutch is, who was our example back in the days? Well, for me, my biggest example had to be like Daft Punk and Chesto. I was really looking up to those guys back in the days. And DJ wise, well, I was really fan of Real Canario.
Real Canario was also a hero for me because he was an eclectic DJ, so he had different kind of styles. So he can play R&B, hip hop, and
House, dance,
everything. So, can you tell how you made the percussion so crisp and clear? Yes, I can show you guys very quick. I didn't show you what I used on my mixer, by the way. So, quick look on the mixer. So I have one little secret. I'm gonna show you the secret because I know a lot of producers that use it. I learned this from a lot of hip hop producers, trap producers, because the trap snares or percussion are always so clear at hip hop and R&B productions. So I use Camera Crusher. It's this one, and I use the preset British Clean. So if you use that, the volume of the sample is gonna raise up with like +6 or something, so you must put your volume down, and then some equalizing, and I use the Fab Filter Pro L as a reverb, and I'm going to use the Little Room reverb, and it's like a little reverb, but it gives you a clear kind of reverb that your percussion is not too much in space. I don't know how you say that in English, but it makes it very nice.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So, and then I use Fab Filter Pro.
And as you can see, most of the sounds are like really hard cut.
Yes.
Around the 100 hertz.
Because you don't want to cut it too much, because the body of percussion is mostly between the 100 and 200 hertz. So, and some annoying frequencies we cut it off. So this is, by the way, Kill the Boss's work, because he said too much high in the track.
Too much high. The thing that I always want to give you as advice, if you use like hard percussions, I always cut them like this. It's something that they also use in pop music as well. Why you do that is that you still have the body of the track, but you don't have the high frequencies, which gives you enough space left for the rest of your track.
Exactly. So this is the thing about the percussion. So we are back on the screens. So
a couple of more questions. Hoe krijgen jullie die vette kick? How we get those fat kicks? Well, basically, I'm just gonna tell you really short. We do sample stuff from others as well, but if you want to get a fat kick, make sure you get a right top kick and you get some good sub lows. Even if you sample it or create it yourself, it takes time. It sometimes just takes a couple of days before you get the right kick. But you should work, at least that's my opinion.
Yes.
Try everything. Try sampling, maybe add a sinus bass as well. You can get a sinus bass from Serum, Nexus, whatever, Silent. That's the way to make a kick.
Exactly. How long did you take to produce it? We did it in 5 days.
In 5 days, yeah.
5 days the track was finished from A to Z, from scratch till.
And then after 5 days, you always have a week of like tweaking little stuff. But that's I think that's what everybody does these days.
Exactly.
Diplo using OTT on the master. Yeah, OTT is also kind of cool, but I only use an OTT on my bass because the OTT, for me, it pumps it up really nice. But I don't want to use it on my master because it's
not good for your mix.
No, it's not good for the mix. At least that's our opinion.
So guys, we got a few minutes left. So, any more questions? From what part you started this track? We started this track with a drop.
Yeah, just with a drop, like mostly of the time.
That's the groove and the drop, and then do you use Isotope for mastering? I use Isotope for mastering. Then I bounce the track in -3, and then I pump it up with Maximizer and Isotope, and then some dithering, and then we have the master.
Do you have Isotope open right now?
We have Isotope right here.
Okay, so what I really think is cool, it really depends on the project, by the way, which you're using, but I think it's a stereo expander, the one, so you can... Oh. Which one is it?
The Imager.
The Imager.
Sure, this one.
So this is a really cool and funny thing. I think you can play it right now as well. If you have a low bass and you make
I can put a file in here, and I'm gonna show you guys how you can make the mono.
The mono.
Exactly. So
So
I'm gonna put.
This is a little tip and trick if you use the Isotope and you want to make sure that your file is in mono, like for the bass sound.
So we're gonna put this off, and then we have the Imager, and then we're gonna put it on Soda, and
Yeah.
then to 200 hertz, right?
Yeah, or 150 or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. If you play it, you can see.
So right now it sounds like you're outside the club, but as you can see here, as you can see over there, like it's the waves are going from left to right, but this is your bass sound and your kick is in it as well. For mostly parts of the time we want to have this in mono.
So we're gonna put this down,
So you put this down minus
and
100.
your bass is like one line. You can see, and normally the bass is like this, so it's not mono. And if you put it on mono, that's a trick to how getting.
Yeah,
nice
that's a really good trick how to get your low end like really tight. The reason why is because if you have a speaker, you want to have the low ends really like in the middle of the speaker. So getting that bass out in the middle of the speaker instead of like going from left to right makes it in the club heavier to listen to it, and it gives that more energy and more power to it.
So if you make it mono, then the subwoofers does do the work and not
Yeah.
the speakers. So that's it, guys.
Most important thing to remember while mixing, don't over mix your tracks, I guess. Like don't use like 4 or 5 basses, don't use like 5 or 6 synths. Make sure you get the right sound, and make sure you tweak that sound in that way that you can have a clean sound, because if you layer it too much, it will take up too much space in the room.
Exactly, and I think also what mixing for me is you must have a good hearing, because trust on your ears and listen to other tracks and compare your tracks in the mix, and like you learned me like in Logic you have the match EQ, and in that way you can compare your tracks, like the mixing, which frequencies you're missing on your track or which frequencies are too much in your track. So it's a lot of stuff.
And also for mixing, if you're mixing in the track, don't like EQ at the end of the track, but try to find where you're missing the hertzes in your mix while producing the track, and try to find that sound that you need to boost to 500 hertz or whatever, instead of like doing it on the end file.
Exactly. So guys, I think our time
is up.
So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for the support, me and Kill the Boss, with this track, and it's a lot of new music coming from me and Kill the Boss. So
and I think we're gonna work on a part 2 as well.
Part 2 is coming. So guys, be prepared. That's right.
See ya.
So guys, see you later. Peace up.